In the shadow of Tower Bridge lies the Anchor Tap pub in Bermondsey in London, but this is no ordinary haunted pub. On this story, it's one of the rare occasions where we actually caught something on film while we were there. Some poltergeist activity. Take a look at this. Something actually just fell off the back there. Okay. One of the noisiest things that could fall off, that literally has just fallen off the back onto the floor while we were talking. Wow. Now, it could be coincidence, it could be that it just fell off, or could it be that that's the ghost telling us? As far as I'm concerned, we've got verification. The Y-Files are convinced that this incident is proof of the notorious spirit of Charlie, who's haunted this pub for many years. We spoke to landlady Debbie Boardman to find out more.
We know the pub's been around since the beginning of 1800s. The actual brew house was around long before that, 1700 something, which is just down the end of the road. The first story is about Charlie, who apparently used to work for the brew house, and he used to drink in the Anchor Tap. All the workers in the brew house used to drink here, and he mysteriously died in our family room. There is a picture of him up there. The other story is that Charlie was an ex-manager here and he hanged himself in the cellar.
So, how has Charlie made his presence felt over the years?
I spoke to a previous manager last night, and he was saying one of the staff had gone down to the cellar and the plastic tops from the kegs were on the floor, and one of them just moved across the floor on its own. It's scary.
We asked psychic Graham Wiley to take a look in both the family room and the cellar, where the presence of Charlie has been felt.
Legend or history has it that a guy died in this room, and they say it was a guy called Charlie. That's as far as we know. But I think I can take it a little bit further. When I walked in here, I felt sort of trauma and anguish, and that means that somebody has suffered when they died. He does silly, prankster things. He moves chairs. He taps on windows. He closes doors. He's trying to draw attention to himself that I am still here. Also, one of the things that I have learnt is that a plate or crockery is often broken in two. Yep. And that depicts the death that took place in a particular room or in a building. And I understand that 2 ashtrays were found broken here. And to me, that indicates that Charlie was trying to say, the spirit is still here. I'm still roaming about. I died in this room, and the broken plates show the separation of life and death.
Our final protocol is down here in the cellar at the pub. We've already had a weird experience upstairs. Graham, what do you sense down here?
The moment I came into this cellar, I can smell oats, hay, bran, and horse manure.
Right.
Now that is a direct indication to animals, of course. But also I feel that a horse, which was an integral part of the delivery from the brewery to here, in fact became one of the family, backwards and forwards, was housed here. The floor level, I feel, was much lower. Yeah. It's quite squat at the moment, but it was much lower, different level. The horse was brought backwards and forwards, and in fact, it died of exhaustion. As a mark of respect, the employers of the brewery had the horse buried here.
And what about more recent paranormal events at the pub?
Recently, when just after we moved in, my husband came downstairs one morning, and the ashtrays were all on the tables as usual, but a couple of them were broken. Still on the table where they'd been left, but they were broken.
It was also in the main bar area that the Y-Files caught poltergeist activity on film. Oh, this is one of the main bar areas here, so, again, did you pick anything up in this area?
It's cold spots.
Right.
That's been brought from the family room, got warmer in the passage.
Something actually just fell off the back there. Okay. One of the noisiest things that could fall off, that literally has just fallen off the back onto the floor while we were talking. Wow. Now, it could be coincidence, it could be that it just fell off, or could it be that that's the ghost telling us...
As far as I'm concerned, we've got verification. Our pictures fall off a wall, lights go out. This came off of there. None of us were that close. That was pushed by a ghost, to confirm what I just said. There are 2 to 3 ghosts in here. There's one particularly strong one that pushed that. There's no doubt about it, Dave. This bar is definitely haunted.
Well, we've heard from our psychic Graham. We've also caught very real poltergeist activity on film. So what does landlady Debbie think now?
It's a bit worrying to think I'm going to hear funny noises or see weird things happening, but it doesn't really worry me too much. I don't really believe in ghosts. I think very logically, and I mean, it could have just fallen off. I know it's pretty weird coincidence, the timing and that. I'm not sure.
Well, it seems that Debbie, our landlady here, still isn't convinced that the pub is haunted. So I have to say, it's one of the few occasions when we've been filming the White Bars that something has happened while we've had the camera on. That sign falling down behind us certainly gave us all a bit of a shock and was rather strange. And Graham Wiley, our psychic, is certainly convinced that there's not just 1 or 2, but possibly even 3 ghosts still lurking in the pub.
That has been lifted up, and it's verification that there are 2 to 3 ghosts here, and it's proved to us, I am here. This is what I've done.